my name is Jesse James and welcome to the channel. Today I've got a really special one for you because I recently went up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the headquarters of Harley-Davidson, for what is called ACT training. What ACT training is, it stands for Advanced Competency Training, but it's where essentially you get trained by the motor company to do business office stuff of paperwork, but mostly of the different products and stuff that you can buy to protect the Harley-Davidson. For that part of it, while I was up there, I didn't get a lot of footage of that side of it just because it wasn't crazy entertaining. What I did get footage of is talking about my experience up there, a few different ins and outs of different parts of Milwaukee and like Juneau Avenue that I wanted to share with you guys. But also, one of the things that I have had several viewers asking for is they wanted to actually see me doing my job, right? So YouTube is not my main form of income. It is definitely supplementary, but also it's just something that I enjoy doing, and I enjoy taking people along the ride of what it's like working as a Harley-Davidson salesman here in Evansville, Indiana. And this was part of the journey of going up there for me was Milwaukee, but also for that I had to record myself working with another person and get to actually hear me doing some selling. I'll break down that and I'll bring in the footage of listening to me go across what we call a menu of different products available so that it's on here so people can actually hear me talk about some of the selling, and then just what my overall experience was at ACT training. Back in the hotel room, literally back to the same view that I started the day with. Kind of to recap, we did a lot of classroom activities, going over different products that Harley-Davidson offers to people and talking about what they do and don't do. Believe it or not, classroom footage does not make for fantastic content. The cool thing about it all, though, is we were on Juneau Avenue. At the time of recording this, it is still October, so still within the first month of the new CEO for Harley-Davidson. And one of his big things is he wants to bring people, like, work back to Juneau Avenue. Like, no more working from home, no more of that stuff. If you're going to work, be at the office. And so for me, I'd heard it, didn't give it much thought, right? But being there, it was a ghost town, man. Like, we went into, right now it's under construction because apparently this place has just been sitting empty for the past several years, like since COVID. But so we had to walk into one side of the building to then go over to the other side because they were doing lower level construction. But like there was the floor we were on and then the one underneath it, which is where I got a lot of like the in-building stuff where I was showing some of like the little gas tanks and other things where it's set up. But the first thing that came to my mind was working at the dealership, everybody's there. Like, we spend most of our time at the dealerships. Like, I spend more time at the dealership than I do at home some weeks. So to me, whenever it's like, oh, we're bringing people back to work, I'm thinking at the dealerships, we've been at work. We've been there with the riders. But I could definitely see where at the corporate level, they just weren't there, man. So that, I think, is going to be a really, really cool thing for them to actually be there. For tomorrow, it's going to be more classwork, but we're supposed to have a part where we are going to be toured around the entire building. Juneau Avenue, for people that don't know, is where not just Harley-Davidson's headquarters, but where everything kind of began for Harley. So there's a lot of history there. I'm going to ask tomorrow if I can do some recording because I love that stuff and I want to share it with you guys. Other than that, it's just going to be a whole lot of kind of like we did classroom stuff, and that doesn't make for great content, but we'll kind of see how the day goes. So that was after the very first day of ACT training. ACT training was 3 days long, and we went from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every single day. As you can see in that footage, I was beat and mentally just super tired. So as I said there, over the first day, nothing really but classroom content, going over basics, talking about stuff with it, of just different protections and how to go through explaining them and whatnot, right? At the end of the first day, though, you do your test out. They call it a pre-test, but it's the same thing as your test out. You have to score an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 to pass the overall. But the first day is really just to see where you're starting out on. On the first day, I scored a 8.1. I was one of 4 people that passed on the first day, which I thought was super cool, especially because like I'd only been in the role that I'm at now in a hybrid role for only about a month at that point. So it was super cool to see that even at that, like, these little experiences I had, I was gonna pass. So I just meant I could focus on getting better. But yeah, so that was the end of the first day. For the second day, where I talk about getting more footage for what was going on around Juneau Ave, stuff of that nature, I'm actually going to put that into a separate video, going across some of the history of the place, because if I don't have it split up into 2 separate sections, this video would be over an hour long. But yeah, so first day, as you can see, super tired there, but went on to the second day, did more classroom stuff, excuse me, which would lead into the third day, which is where we did our test outs. And that's the part where I'm going to insert here of going across the full menu. And you get to essentially see me selling and working through some different objections. Welcome back, Brian. How are you doing on the poker run?
Good. Got a good hand going.
Hey, it's anytime you can get lucky at something, get some free money. It's never a bad time, is it?
No.
What'd you think of Camilla over in Motor Clothes? You know, she's actually insane.
She's actually insane?
Uh-huh. She's been working for Harley since the mid-90s. And the joke was for our previous owner, Old Man Bud, he said she just kept showing up, so eventually we just put her to work. But no, I love Camilla to death, though.
She's a character.
She's a geriatric woman, no.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got good news and bad news. The good news is there is no bad news. Everything came back from Harley just fine, and they have a full setup of everything that they're offering to you. I'll go across all of it for you here, all right?
Okay.
All right. So, this is your information. This bike that you're looking at, that's the price of it. That's going to be the current rating on there, and then that's what the payment is just on the bike.
Okay.
Now, Harley-Davidson is offering you several different packages to take care of your asset as well. I'm going to go over all of them, and at the end, any questions that you have, I will answer every single one of them, all right?
Okay.
So the top one up here, this is our VIP maintenance program that we offer here at Evansville Harley-Davidson. For the VIP maintenance program, that's going to cover for 3 years all your K services. We'll come pick it up. If you're busy, you got 48-hour priority scheduling, and we'll bring it back to you and wash it. Batteries are covered for life, not just the fobs, but also the bike battery as well. The other big thing with the VIP program is if something's going on and you're out of town, and like let's say you're riding by one of our sister stores, as long as it's one of our shipper location stores, they can take care of it there as well. And then you
Which
don't have
stores are
anything
those?
going on. So that'll be our Bluegrass location over in Louisville, Evansville, Toledo up in Ohio, Fort Wayne,
Okay.
and then also our St. Louis store. So
Really?
5 stores, like basically anywhere in Indiana, and you're gonna be good.
Okay, cool.
Down here, this is Harley-Davidson's extended service plan. So it mirrors your factory warranty. Right now, I've got it set up on a 4-year plan with it, so it's going to cover, after the 2-year factory warranty expires, you're going to have an additional 2 years on top of that. And not only that, you're also going to have, if something does happen, up to $1,400 worth of reimbursement for towing, travel expenses, and rentals are going to be taken care of on that part, and that's just a $50 deductible.
Okay.
Tire and wheel protection. This is going to cover your wheels, so from any road hazards. As long as your tread is above 3/32, be it nail, pothole, you're going to be covered. And living and around more of the New England area, you're probably going to run into every now and then those roads where it's not great, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that tire and wheel protection is going to take care of if anything does happen to it. Again, rim, inner tube, or tire, they'll take care of that. No deductible on that one. It's just taken care of. We actually had one of our hog members. She has her neighbor is getting the roof taken care of and redone. They keep throwing nails out into the road. Over the past 2 months, she's had 3 new tires There is no limit on that because she can't control that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I shouldn't be throwing her in the road anyhow. But still taken care of because she had that versus thousands of dollars potentially for having to replace both the tires, but 3 times now. Down here's the appearance protection. What that is it's a coating that we apply over the entire bike. It'll cover the seats as well as the paint. So anything that happened, be it that's environmental.
It's the magic wax, huh?
I'm using that in the future. I have not heard that one, but that's good. But yeah, it's going to take care of anything for be it acid rain, tree sap, fluids that get across it that could degrade your paint over time.
Acid rain. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time. Now it's global warming and climate change.
And it'll be something else in 10 years, won't it?
I'm sure it will be. The world's ending.
So as always. So that's why it's a great thing to get on there because there's always something else to go at the paint. And if something does happen for the paint, instead of it just being like, oh, we're going to try and color match it, we're going to look at different ways to getting fixed. Usually what we end up doing for painted parts is sending it to the motor company and they just send us an entire new part to put on the bike. For seats, as long as it isn't over 2 inches of a knife blade type thing, they can replace the seat as well. So that's a great one there. For gap protection.
Gap? What's gap?
Oh, if for financing of any kind, I recommend gap. So, God forbid something happens where you're riding, somebody cuts you off and hits the bike and totals it. Insurance says it's done. Insurance is only going to pay what they feel is fair market value of the bike at that time. So if they feel like they only want to pay this much, but the loan is this much more, you're responsible for that gap there, including any deductibles and stuff that they want you to pay on top of it. With that gap protection, that's going to kick in and cover the rest of it. That way you're not being stuck high and dry on something that's a beautiful piece of scrap metal there because somebody decided they were going to text and drive out in front of you when you're just happy that you got away from it okay. So gap protection, that's going to protect your loan. So I highly recommend that, and especially with the Gap Plus, you're going to get an additional $1,000 to use towards the next Harley-Davidson as well, because it's not your fault.
If I get pancaked, nobody's getting paid because I'll be in the morgue.
Well, you got to think more positive, brother. You'll make it. And then down here, the last one is the theft protection. Since you do travel around a lot, I would recommend this one for you, even keeping it in a garage, because should you be away from home for a while and somebody comes and cases the place, that's going to be invisible nanodots spread across the entire frame of the bike that are naked to the human eye. But a police is going to be able to go across with a black light and see the serialized number for your contract.
Nanodots. And then what was the appearance protection? What other big word were you throwing out?
From that one, that was the magic wax.
The magic wax? But no, you use a scientific term on it.
For that one's also, they call it a nanotechnology one on that, on the form there. For me, it's an advanced coating that just goes across.
Nano me, man.
I dig it. But the big thing with that theft protection, because you and me it seems like we're pretty realistic about things, is if a bike gets stolen, which there's a bike getting stolen, like I think it was every 7 seconds a bike's getting stolen these days, we know that there's not a high chance of them recovering it. Where's it most likely going to be at?
In a container going to Japan.
Yep.
Or Mexico or Asia.
And that's where the theft protection, in my opinion, really kicks in. Because if they say, hey, the bike is gone, it ain't coming back, Harley-Davidson will pay up to $5,000 towards that next bike for you. So whenever you mix that with Gap Protection Plus, that's an additional $6,000 towards your next bike up to there. Down here, with all these protections at 66 months, that interest rate, they only ask for $5,000 downs. They don't need the 6 unless you won't put the 6. That's what your payment's going to be. What do you think?
$693. What happened to $400?
So for just the bike itself, we're at that spot there. It's for these protections. That's where we get up to $693.
Huh. Well, what's all this over here?
So for Harley, they treat it kind of like an a la carte menu. This is where if you want everything protected from stem to stern on it, you go with the Legendary. For enthusiasts, you'll end up losing the theft protection. You see the payment jump down there. Same with the open road, but in open road, you lose the gap. And then down to basic, you've lost theft, gap, appearance, and then you're also going to be losing the extended service plan. So you lose a lot as you go further this way.
Okay. That all sounds really cool. And it is a la carte, so I can mix and match.
Mm-hmm.
How can we get to 650 right here?
So there's a couple different ways we can go about that. Where you said you had more money down, with that additional $1,000 down, it'll get us a little bit closer down there, because usually the general rule of thumb, $20 for every 1,000. If you have an additional 1,000, that'll get us down to, you're going to be probably looking at $653 and a penny. Whenever we get to $7,000 down. But also, you were offered a 72-month term, so it'll extend the loan out a little bit longer, and then you're there all day.
Any penalties if I pay it off early?
No, that's actually one of the things I love about working with Eagle Mark. It's all simple interest. So if you want to throw extra money at it and pay it off early, there's no penalty.
All right, so with $5,500 down in 72 months, what's my payment?
$5,500 down at 72. For that one, you're looking at $525.
$525. Sign me up.
Sounds good. We'll check on there, and I'll do some more. Get it there, and I'll have you sign there for me after. All right, and then this is our showing everything with it that you've accepted what we call the legendary package, because you're a legendary guy.
They got a legendary wall around here. You guys can put me up.
Hey, we can come up with one. I'll have you sign down there. This is showing your credit score at the time of pulling. That's what it is from Equifax. If you feel like there's any issue, there's a number on this page where you can call over to them. This here is your promissory note. Here's the bike. Your rate for the finance, the amount financed, total payments, number of payments there at 72, minimum amount for it, and then as you can see through there, that's the bill sale with it. And then I'll have you sign here. All right, and then that back page of the contract basically saying that if you don't pay for it, they're going to come for it.
Okay.
All right, man. Welcome to the Colt.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that was my test out for to either pass or fail ACT training, and I ended up scoring a 9.0. So an improvement over the 8.4 from the start of the training. And I ended in a class of 20 of us, I ended up top 4. The other people that were ahead of me, one had been doing the business office stuff for about 3 months, and the two ahead of me had been doing it for a decade and then 25 years each, respectively, right? So I was super happy with my placement. I was super happy to pass, but so that was the ACT training part of it. And one of the things that I thought was interesting in that training was the way the motor company views the different products and they sell in the business offices. They say it's a case-by-case thing. It's all stuff that it doesn't make sense for every single person, but you still have to know it backwards and forwards. For that example, obviously, I had to go through everything in a way such as like, all this will make sense for each individual person. But yeah, I was super elated to be top 4, missed podium by 1, but to pass regardless, and know that going forward that I'm going to be doing the job the way that the motor company intends it to be doing. So Yankee Man 1954 asked, how often do you sell an ESP with a bike? So ESP stands for Extended Service Plan, which is essentially an additional protection on top of a new bike where it has the 2-year factory warranty, works in complement to that, along with getting some towing reimbursements and lodging should you be more than 100 miles from home, or on a pre-owned, just giving it some sort of protection. Now, for us, we usually see around like 35% of people going to put some sort of protection. Normally it is going to be on a pre-owned one just because people want to protect themselves for at least a year, right, on that new machine that's new to them. If you have questions for me working as somebody that works in sales, put them down in the comments, and maybe I'll feature them here at the end of the video, because I tend to find that people, if you've gone this deep into it, at some level you're interested in sales. So leave a comment, maybe I'll include it in a video like this. So if you enjoyed this video, check out this other video where I go through a general week of what I do in here at the dealership selling motorcycles. More importantly, I ask the question, are CVOs selling? I'll see you over there.